Have you ever wondered if there was a way to make them feel the pulse of your presence, even when you're not around? A way to make them realize your significance in their life? As if each moment without your interaction is a little duller, a bit less vibrant. Like something essential is missing, perhaps a spark that only you can ignite. Maybe you've tried to bridge that gap, tried to reignite that spark, reaching out with messages that you thought would surely catch their attention. But every time you reach out, every effort you make, it feels like you're just whispering into the void, unheard, unnoticed. What if I told you that today could be the last day you ever feel overlooked or ignored? Imagine crafting messages so compelling, so irresistible that ignoring them just isn't an option. Messages that not only capture attention, but hold it. Compelling them to see you in a new light, to feel your absence as a palpable void they're eager to fill. This isn't about manipulation. It's about understanding the deep-seated needs and desires that drive us all, about speaking directly to the heart of human psychology. And hey, if you're thinking, I can't possibly reach them, don't lose heart. I'm here to show you how you can harness the power of psychology-backed communication to transform your interactions. This isn't just another communication strategy. It's a new way to think about connecting with others, a way that ensures you are never again relegated to the background. And before we dive deep, here's a fun task for you. Drop a comment below with the phrase, "You will crave my message." Yeah, it might sound a bit funny, and maybe you're even laughing right now. But trust me, by the end of this lesson, we're going to make it real. Because after you understand these techniques, they'll find themselves eagerly waiting for every word you send, wondering how they ever missed your presence before. So go ahead, type it in, and let's set the tone for what's to come. So are you ready to dive deep into the art of irresistible messaging, to learn the secrets that will make you unforgettable? Let's peel back the layers of human connection and tap into the psychology that drives us all. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand these principles, you'll be applying them like a pro. And remember, this journey starts with a single step. Believe in your voice, believe in your worth. So let's dive deep. Number 1, the curiosity dose. All right, folks, let me ask you this. What if there was a way to make someone think about you nonstop? Imagine if, with just a few carefully crafted words, you could plant a thought in their mind that they just can't shake. What if you could create a spark that keeps flickering even when you're nowhere near, so that every time they check their phone, your message is the one that lingers, making them wonder, what did they mean by that? Curios. It is one of the most powerful forces in human psychology. It's that magnetic pull that makes us replay certain moments, analyze words, and overthink the smallest gestures. Now, what if you could harness that? What if, instead of waiting for their reply, you're the one who's got them waiting, guessing, unable to ignore the pull of your messages? One perfect curiosity dose is to send something that leaves them hanging, like, I just saw something that made me think of you, but it's too hard to explain. This message is packed with intrigue. It doesn't reveal what you saw or why it reminded you of them. It's open-ended, it's mysterious, and it leaves a question mark in their mind. If they're curious, they'll probably respond with, "What was it?" Or, "Why did you think of me?" You can keep them guessing by replying with something like, "It's hard to describe, maybe one day I'll tell you now." You're creating a sense of anticipation, a feeling that they're on the edge of knowing something special. This approach works even if you're not currently close with them. If it's someone who's distant or who's pulled away, this message subtly reaches out. It hints that they're still on your mind without being direct or too forward. They may not reply right away, but trust me, this kind of message leaves a lingering effect. They'll likely find themselves wondering about it, even hours later, replaying the message and imagining what you might have seen that sparked that connection. Now here's another dose of curiosity you can try. I just realized something about you today. This one is a bit different, but equally powerful, because it suggests you've had some sort of insight or understanding about them that they're not aware of. They'll want to know what you realized, so they'll probably respond with, "What did you realize?" Or tell me here, you have the chance to reveal something thoughtful and observant. Something that shows you've been paying attention to them. It could be something as simple as I just realized how good you are at finding the bright side of things. Or I realized how much I respect the way you handle tough situations. These little revelations show that you notice things others may not, and it's a quality everyone craves to feel seen and understood. You're not just saying, hey, I thought of you, you're saying, I see you in a way that most people don't. This works particularly well if you're trying to attract someone who's been distant, because it brings a feeling of warmth and appreciation without needing to dive into anything heavy. Another curiosity dose that works wonders is hinting at a shared experience. Send something like, today reminded me of that hilarious moment we had, but don't finish the thought. Let that be all you say. This triggers nostalgia, which makes them think back to shared experiences, while also creating a playful and lighthearted energy between you. They'll likely respond with which moment or what happened. Now you've not only sparked their curiosity, but made them think about good times with you. This can be especially powerful if you're reconnecting with an ex or someone who's grown distant, because it brings them back to the comfort and closeness of shared memories. And if it's someone new, this can make them feel an instant bond, as if you're already building a history together. These curiosity doses aren't about playing games. They're about creating a genuine connection by sparking intrigue. Even if it's been a while since you spoke, these messages can create an opening, making them wonder about the person who notices them in such a unique way. And here's another one that adds a little twist. You know, I just learned something that reminded me of you. This works like magic, because it combines curiosity with a sense of insight. They'll want to know what you learned, what you thought about them, when they ask. You can say something like, it's a bit hard to explain. Maybe I'll tell you when I see you now. You've opened a door, not only to a conversation, but to a possible meeting. This one is perfect for someone you're trying to get closer to, as it leaves them curious about what's coming next. So here's a fun task for you. Drop a comment below with the phrase, "Can't stop wondering," if you're ready to add these curiosity doses to your messaging game. This will let me know you're enjoying the lesson and that you're following along with me. These curiosity doses may seem simple, but believe me, when used right, they can leave a lasting impact and stay with me, because we're just getting warmed up here. This is only one strategy, and there's so much more to uncover about the art of connection. And hey, if you haven't already hit that like button, it'll help this video reach others who might need a little help reigniting their own connections. Now let's dive even deeper into the next level of connection and see how powerful these two tools can be. Number 2, the only you effect. So folks, after you've learned how to use curiosity to spark their attention, it's time to add another powerful layer to your messaging. The only you effect, because curiosity alone can pique their interest, but making them feel uniquely special is what really makes you unforgettable. This technique taps into something we all crave deeply. The feeling of being seen and understood in a way that feels rare, even irreplaceable. The only you effect is about crafting messages that imply that there's something specific about them, something you recognize and appreciate that no one else quite brings out in you. One way to do this is by sending a message that subtly implies that they're the only person who would get something about you. This can be as simple as a message, like, I was thinking about something the other day that only you might understand. This isn't just an open-ended statement. It's a little invitation letting them know that there's something unique about how you view them. It tells them that there's a quality, a perspective, or an insight that you see in them, and you're inviting them to lean in a bit closer to understand what it is. They'll likely reply with, "What is it?" or "What were you thinking about?" opening up a space for you to reveal something thoughtful about them. Or to keep them guessing a bit more, if they respond with interest, you could follow up by saying something like, "It's a bit hard to explain over text, but it's something that sets you apart." Now you're building anticipation, and they're left intrigued, wondering what quality you see in them that you find so distinct. You're making it clear that this is a compliment, but by not explaining it right away, you're letting them wonder just a bit more, which keeps them engaged. Another way to create the only you effect is by referencing something specific to them in a way that highlights their unique qualities. Try something like, "There's something about the way you think that's so refreshing. It's rare." Actually, this implies that you see them as someone who thinks differently from others, who stands out in a meaningful way. You're not just complimenting them, you're pointing out a distinct quality that sets them apart. They're bound to wonder, what is it about my perspective that they find so unique? Or you could send a message like, "I can only imagine what you'd think about this," or "I don't know anyone else who would have your take on this." This lets them know that their opinion matters to you, in a special way, that they bring something to the table that no one else can. It's subtle, but it reinforces that they occupy a unique place in your thoughts. And that's something everyone wants to feel. For instance, imagine you're talking about a book, a movie, or even a topic you came across. You could say, "I saw something recently and it instantly made me think about how you'd react. I bet no one else would see it quite like you." This not only builds a sense of connection, but it also subtly encourages them to share their perspective, which draws them further into the conversation. Another example could be, "I can't help but think you'd have a completely different perspective on this, something I wouldn't get from anyone else." This message conveys that their insight is not only valued, but is also unique to them. You're letting them know that their way of seeing things is different, special, even rare. And if they reply with curiosity, you can keep the mystery alive with a playful hint. Something like, "It's tough to explain, but I've never really seen that quality in anyone else." This keeps them wondering, what exactly is it that they see in me, and makes them eager to continue the conversation to uncover more of what you're hinting at. For those of you who may feel nervous about sending these messages, remember that this isn't about flattery or exaggeration. The only you effect is about making someone feel genuinely unique without going overboard. You're giving them a glimpse into how you see them, but with just enough mystery to keep them interested. Here's a fun way to get started. Drop a comment below with the phrase "only." You could get this if you're ready to create messages that make your presence truly unforgettable. This will let me know that you're following along and enjoying this lesson. And remember, the "only you" effect is powerful because it taps into something everyone craves, to feel seen in a way that's uniquely personal, by focusing on qualities and insights that only they bring to the table. You're not just sending another message, you're creating a moment of connection, something they'll carry with them, even when the conversation ends. And if this content is resonating with you, please support us by hitting the like button under this video. When you do YouTube, we'll share it with others who might be struggling in the dark. People who need this message of strength and hope, so go ahead. Smash that like button if you haven't already. And let's help more people find the light they've been searching for. And we're not done yet. There's more coming that will elevate your communication to an entirely new level. Number 3, the unanswered question. Have you ever thought about what it would take to make someone replay your words over and over in their mind, like a puzzle? They just can't solve well, folks. After creating that curiosity and tapping into the "only you" effect, it's time to take things up a notch with the unanswered question. This is the kind of message that doesn't just catch their attention. It captures it, keeps it hanging in the air, lingering like a whisper. They can't shake off, because here's the secret. When you leave a question unanswered, you're inviting them into a mystery. They can't resist the power of an unanswered question, is that it's both intriguing and a little bit daring. It's like leaving the door slightly ajar, tempting them to wonder what's behind it. You're giving them a reason to engage, creating a pull that makes them itch to respond. The key is to ask something playful, bold, and a bit unexpected questions that make them want to know more about what's on your mind, and perhaps reveal a bit of themselves in the process. Imagine sending a message like, "I just realized there's a question I've always wanted to ask you, but I'm not sure how you'd respond." This isn't just a question, it's a hint of a mystery. It suggests that there's something important or intriguing you're holding back, and they're the only person you'd want to share it with. It leaves them wondering, what could they want to ask? Why hesitate? They'll likely respond with something like, "What's the question?" or "Now you have to tell me." By not revealing it immediately, you build suspense and set up a back and forth where they're the one asking for more. You could respond with something mysterious like, "I'm not sure you're ready for it yet, but maybe someday." Now you've sparked their curiosity, creating a mini mystery that makes them feel special, and yet leaves them wanting more. Or how about a playful twist with, "What do you think I'd say if I told you I knew a secret about you?" This question is loaded with intrigue, making them wonder what you might know and how they'll likely respond with something like, "What secret?" or "How do you know something about me?" You could keep them guessing by replying, "Oh, it's something I've picked up on, but maybe I'll keep it to myself for now," by hinting that you've observed something unique about them. You're positioning yourself as someone who sees them in a way others don't. This builds a connection based on curiosity and mystery, and leaves them wanting to know what exactly it is that, if you want to add a bit more suspense, try something like, "Do you think you know what's really going through my mind right now?" This question is both playful and challenging. It implies there's something deeper or more interesting than what's on the surface, and it invites them to guess or lean in to understand you better. Their response will likely be a mix of curiosity and intrigue, and if they ask what's on your mind, you can reply with something teasing like, "Oh, I think you'd be surprised." This keeps them wondering about what you might be thinking, and it draws them further into the conversation, wanting to solve the mystery of what's on your mind. For an added touch of intrigue, you could try a question like, "If I had to describe you in 3 words, what do you think they'd be?" This one gives them an opportunity to think about how you see them, and it invites a little self-reflection. If they respond with a guess, it opens up a conversation where you can either confirm or playfully deny their answer, saying something like, "Close, but not quite. You're more complex than just 3 words." This not only keeps them guessing, but it also subtly communicates that you see them as layered, interesting, and someone who deserves a deeper look. These kinds of unanswered questions work because they're open-ended. They invite curiosity without giving away too much, and they make the other person want to know you better. Bit by bit, they're left wondering, thinking, and guessing about your thoughts, your insights, and your perspective by creating these small gaps in conversation. You give them a reason to fill in the blanks with their own curiosity, which keeps the connection alive and engaging. And remember, folks, these aren't just questions. They're experiences. They create moments that linger, that make them replay the conversation and wonder about you. Long after you've stopped texting, each unanswered question becomes a little thread, something they feel compelled to pull on, hoping to uncover a bit more. Here's a fun task for you. Drop a comment below with the phrase, "Just loved these unanswered questions." If you're ready to add these mysterious questions to your messaging game, it'll let me know you're following along and enjoying this lesson. And hey, stay with me, because right now you might be feeling motivated and inspired, but believe me, the real gem of this video hasn't been revealed yet. Be patient and stick with me. I promise you'll regret it if you miss what's coming up. Number 4. The anticipation teaser. Imagine this: you're about to unwrap a gift, and just before you can, someone tells you, "Wait, let's save this for later." Frustrating. Yes. Intriguing. Absolutely. This is the magic of the anticipation teaser. It's a powerful tool to create excitement and curiosity, leaving them wanting more. When you send messages that hint at something but hold back the full reveal, you're building tension, the kind that keeps them looking forward to your next message. The trick with an anticipation teaser is to create a moment that feels almost within reach, but not quite. Think about it like this: it's leaving them on the edge, letting them know that something interesting or exciting is waiting, but they'll have to stick around to find out what it is. Try something like, "You'll never guess what I'm planning, but I can't reveal it just yet." With this, you're sparking curiosity by suggesting there's a plan or surprise that involves them, but you're holding back the details. They might ask, "What is it?" Or, "Can you give me a hint?" This is where you keep it playful, responding with something like, "Not yet, but it's worth the wait." I promise. Now they're left thinking about it, wondering what you have up your sleeve, and their anticipation grows each time they think about it. Another approach could be to drop a small hint that implies something exciting is on the way. Say something like, "Remind me to tell you about the idea I had." It might just be the most interesting thing we've done yet. This works wonders because you're hinting at an experience or plan that could be shared between you, but without giving specifics they might respond with "What's the idea?" or "Tell me now." But you keep them hanging just a bit longer saying, "I'll tell you when the time is right. Trust me. You'll love it." By building anticipation this way, you're making them look forward to the reveal, creating a moment they won't easily forget. Or if you want to make it even more engaging, try something like, "I came across something today that made me," creating a moment they won't easily forget. Or if you want to make it even more engaging, try something like, "I came across something today that made me think of an idea for us, but I want to keep it as a surprise." This approach is ideal for those who are building new connections or trying to create a spark, as it suggests that you're already envisioning shared experiences. They're bound to wonder, "What's the idea? Why is it a surprise?" By leaving these questions unanswered, you're letting their imagination run wild, thinking about the possibilities. Here's one that adds a bit of mystery. "I've got a challenge in mind for us, but I'll only tell you if you're ready." This message does two things. It piques their curiosity and it invites them to play along, setting up a playful vibe. If they respond with, "I'm ready. What is it?" you could tease them a bit, replying with, "I'll reveal it soon. Only if you think you're up for it." Now they're left wondering about what the challenge could be, and it builds anticipation for something fun and engaging. The beauty of the anticipation teaser is that it turns all ordinary conversation into something they look forward to. It's like reading a novel with just enough foreshadowing to keep turning the pages. Imagine you're on a cliffhanger at the end of a great chapter, and instead of flipping to the next page, you have to wait. That's the feeling you're aiming to create, a sense of suspense that leaves them eager for more. If you want to add a touch of flirtation, try, "There's something I've been meaning to say to you, but I'm saving it for just the right moment." This message is suggestive without being too direct, giving them a hint that something exciting is coming their way. They're likely to reply with, "What is it?" or "When's the right moment?" You can respond with patience. "It'll be worth it now." They're left with a spark of excitement, looking forward to that reveal. Here's another teaser with a more subtle, thoughtful twist. "Today made me realize something about us, but it's hard to put into words. Maybe I'll find the right time." This line carries a sense of depth, hinting at an insight or feeling you've had that they might be intrigued to know. They'll wonder what the realization could be, and likely ask, "What did you realize?" This is where you keep them guessing with something like, "It's one of those things that's better felt than explained." Maybe you'll understand one day. By leaving it at that, you've created a moment that sticks in their mind, something they'll reflect on, hoping for the day they'll hear the full explanation. Here's a task for you. Drop a comment below with the phrase, "I'm all about the anticipation." If you're ready to create suspense and excitement with your messages, it'll let me know you're following along and enjoying this lesson. The anticipation teaser is all about holding just enough back to keep them coming back for more. By making them look forward to your next move, you're creating moments they'll think about and replay, keeping your connection alive and dynamic. So now let's move to next technique, because we're not over yet. There's still more to uncover, more tools that will take your messaging game to the next level. Stick with me. Each of these techniques is designed to build on the last, making you impossible to ignore. Number 5, the can't miss opportunity. Imagine this. You're walking past a store window and see a sign that reads, "One day, only don't miss out." Suddenly whatever's inside becomes irresistible. That sense of urgency, of exclusivity pulls you in, making you feel like this is an opportunity you simply can't let slip by. That's the energy behind the can't miss opportunity. This technique creates a sense of fleeting value, making someone feel that whatever you're offering or inviting them to be a part of is unique, and more importantly, won't be there forever. The can't miss opportunity taps into human psychology, particularly the idea that people want what feels rare or limited. When you craft messages that convey this sense of urgency and exclusivity, You make the other person feel as though they're being let in on something special, something that not everyone gets to experience. One way to create this sense of urgency is with a message, like "I have a crazy idea," but it's one of those now or never things. This message implies that whatever you have in mind is unique, exciting, and requires immediate attention. They'll likely respond with "What is it?" or "Tell me more" if they do. You can keep the suspense going by saying, "You've got to be up for an adventure." Though interested by adding this layer, you're not only building anticipation, but you're also subtly suggesting that this is an exclusive opportunity that only someone adventurous would appreciate. Another approach is to create a sense of exclusivity around an experience. Try saying something like, "There's something I'd love to do with you, but it's not something I just do with anyone." This tells them that the opportunity isn't just about what you're doing, but who you're doing it with. It makes them feel chosen, special, and creates a sense that this is an experience specifically crafted for the two of you. They'll feel that if they miss out on this chance, they're missing something rare. When they ask what it is, you can playfully respond with, "I'll reveal it when the time's right, but it won't be available forever now." They're hooked, feeling both the anticipation and the need to take action soon. Or how about hinting at something with a time limit? You could try, "I found out about this place event that's only around for a short while," interested by suggesting a limited window of time. You're adding pressure in a way that's both fun and enticing. They're now picturing an experience that they can only have if they act quickly, which makes them want to be a part of it. If they respond positively, you can reply with, "Great, let's lock it in soon." It's one of those blink and you'll miss it kinds of things. This type of message turns a simple invitation into a rare opportunity, something they'll feel excited to grab onto. Another variation that works well is to hint at a unique experience that's happening soon. Send something like, "I heard about something happening this weekend that sounds incredible, but it's not something you can find just anywhere." This lets them know there's something extraordinary coming up, but it's also a chance that won't be around forever. You're inviting them to be part of it before it disappears, building excitement and a sense of urgency. When they ask for more details, you can respond with, "It's the kind of thing that only works if you're up for spontaneity, so are you in?" Or to make things even more exclusive, "Try this. I have an idea that's definitely not for everyone, but I thought of you first." This message lets them know that the opportunity isn't just unique but specifically tailored for them. You're suggesting that this isn't something you'd offer just anyone, and that it has a special quality that makes them the ideal choice. It's a great way to make them feel valued and excited to say yes when they reply. You can say, "I'll fill you in when I see you, but trust me, it's worth it." This kind of message makes them feel like they're on the brink of something exclusive, something rare that they don't want to miss. Here's a quick task for you. Drop a comment below with the phrase, "Can't miss this." If you're ready to add this approach to your messaging toolkit, it'll show me that you're following along and getting ready to make every message feel like an opportunity they won't want to pass up. Remember, folks, the can't miss opportunity isn't just about the experience itself. It's about creating a sense of urgency, exclusivity, and excitement. This technique leaves them with the feeling that they're getting something unique, and that if they hesitate, they might miss out entirely. Stay tuned for what's next. And if you haven't already, hit that like button to keep this energy going. There's even more to uncover. So let's keep this momentum going. Number 6, the Stoic appreciation message. Imagine receiving a message that makes you pause. A message that, instead of rushing for attention or forcing excitement, conveys a calm, steady, and deep appreciation. This is the essence of the Stoic appreciation message. It's not about grand declarations or flattery. It's about noticing the quiet, powerful aspects of someone that others might overlook in a world where so much communication is loud and flashy. This approach stands out for its calm, steady recognition of the qualities that make someone truly unique. Stoic appreciation draws from the philosophy of valuing what is real, meaningful, and enduring. You're not just expressing admiration. You're acknowledging something about them that resonates on a deeper level. something that reflects a genuine respect for who they are. This type of message feels grounded, insightful, and special, because it shows them you're seeing beyond the surface. Let's explore how to craft a message that embodies this quiet power and creates a lasting impact. Imagine you send something like, "You have this calm way of dealing with things that not many people notice, but it's one of the things I respect most about you right away." You're acknowledging a strength that's understated but profound. This isn't about their appearance or a fleeting trait. It's about a quality that likely goes unappreciated by others. You're highlighting something they may not even realize about themselves, but when they read it, they feel truly seen. It's a message that says, "I value the deeper parts of you," and in a world where people crave real connection, this kind of appreciation resonates deeply. Another approach is to acknowledge how they handle challenges. You might say, "I've noticed how you don't let stress get the better of you even when things get tough. It's a strength not many people have, and I admire that about you." By focusing on how they respond to difficulty, you're showing them that you're paying attention to their resilience, their calm under pressure. They may not get this kind of appreciation often, so a message like this feels like a rare acknowledgement. It's not flattery, it's respect. They're left feeling seen for who they are, and that respect fosters a connection rooted in authenticity. Stoic appreciation also values thoughtfulness, recognizing the subtler qualities that often go unnoticed. Try a message like, "You have a way of thinking things through." That's rare. It's clear you don't just jump into things without considering every angle. And that's something I really respect. This message focuses on their thoughtfulness, showing that you see value in their approach to life. Again, it's not about praising something superficial. It's about acknowledging their character, their integrity. This kind of appreciation creates a bond that's calm and sincere. They'll feel seen in a way that doesn't demand anything from them, but simply acknowledges and respects their values. The beauty of the Stoic appreciation message is that it doesn't ask for validation. Instead, it's simply an acknowledgement of what you genuinely respect. For instance, you might say, "I appreciate how you stick to your values, even when it's not the easiest thing to do." It's rare to find people who are that grounded. This shows that you're seeing beyond the surface, recognizing something timeless about them. By focusing on values, you're building a connection that doesn't depend on fleeting moments or external validation. They'll feel grounded in your appreciation, knowing that it comes from a place of genuine respect. Stoic appreciation also lets you connect with them on shared values. You could say something like, "One of the things I value most in life is integrity, and I see that same value in you." It's not something everyone has, but you do. This message not only expresses admiration, but creates a bridge between your shared principles. By identifying in a value you both hold, you're building a connection that's meaningful and enduring. You're essentially saying, "I respect you because we stand on common ground." And this kind of appreciation strengthens your bond without needing anything flashy or overstated. Another powerful approach is to reflect on the subtler ways they support others. Try sending, "You're the kind of person who offers support quietly without needing any recognition." That's rare, and it's something I admire. This kind of message recognizes a selfless quality, showing that you notice and value their quiet strength. People who offer support without seeking attention often go unappreciated. So by acknowledging this, you're making them feel seen in a way that feels significant. It's an appreciation that honors their presence without demanding anything from them, reinforcing a bond based on shared respect. You might also send a message that highlights how they bring calm to others. "I've noticed that people around you seem more at ease. There's something grounding about your presence that I truly appreciate." This recognizes a quality that's hard to quantify, but deeply impactful. By acknowledging this, you're pointing out a strength that they may not hear about, often making them feel valued for a quality that's both rare and powerful. The Stoic appreciation message works because it's not about getting a reaction or impressing them. It's about quietly showing them that you see who they truly are beyond the surface. This approach builds a deep sense of connection and trust because they feel respected, valued, and understood. They'll remember these messages because they're not based on transient traits but on qualities that reflect their core. If you're ready to try this approach, leave a comment below with, "I love quiet appreciation," to let me know you're following along and ready to connect on a deeper level. This isn't just about appreciation, it's about building a connection that feels authentic and timeless. Number 7. The open loop message. Imagine receiving a message that hints at something intriguing but doesn't quite give away the whole story. This is the magic of the open loop message. It's about creating a small mystery or story fragment that leaves the other person curious, eager to know more. An open loop keeps them mentally engaged, making them want to continue the conversation to find out the missing piece. This approach subtly invites them to stay connected, creating a lingering sense of curiosity. Here's one way to create an open loop. Send a message like, "I have a feeling you're going to surprise me with something soon." This makes them wonder, what could I do that would surprise them? They might respond, "What do you mean, or why do you think that you could keep them guessing with just a feeling I have? I'll let you figure it out." Now they're thinking about how they might surprise you and feel intrigued by the idea that you see something unique in them. Another fresh approach is to hint at something you overheard or found out about them. Try saying, "It's funny, but I overheard something interesting about." You can't say, "I was expecting that." This sparks instant curiosity, as they'll want to know what you heard when they ask. You can playfully respond with, "I'm still trying to confirm if it's true. Maybe I'll tell you soon." This keeps them invested, wondering what it could be, and they'll likely come back to find out more, or take an imaginative approach by suggesting a skill or quality you see in them. You could say, "I feel like you have a hidden talent that most people wouldn't guess." This invites them to think about what you might be referring to, or even guess what you're hinting at when they ask. You can respond with, "I'll figure it out eventually, but I'm betting it's something unique now." They're left curious about what quality you've noticed, creating an air of mystery around their personality for a playful touch. You could send an imaginary scenario. Try something like, "If we were both stranded on an island, I bet you'd come up with the wildest survival ideas." This approach brings humor and a lighthearted challenge, as they'll wonder what makes you think that when they ask why. You could respond with just a hunch. But we'll have to see someday. This creates a fun dynamic. Giving them a playful scenario to imagine. Another unique way to keep an open loop is by suggesting a specific location that makes you think of them. For example, "There's this one place I can totally picture you in. It's so your style. But I'll keep you guessing for now." They'll naturally want to know where and why you see them there. When they ask, you could say, "It has a bit of mystery and character. Maybe I'll show you someday." This creates a connection between them and a place in your mind, making them feel unique. The open loop message is all about planting a seed of curiosity without giving everything away. It's a way to create meaningful conversations that leave them wanting more, building anticipation and intrigue that keep your interactions fresh and memorable. This was it, folks. If these messages resonated with you, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more insights, and share this video with anyone who wants to level up their connection game. Each of these techniques, from sparking curiosity to creating open loops, gives you a powerful psychology-backed way to be unforgettable. Remember, these messages aren't just about getting attention. They're about building genuine intrigue and connection that stand out. So start experimenting. Watch how people respond and see the difference it makes. With these tools, you'll never be ignored again. Each message will leave a lasting impression,